Welcome to today's deep dive. So today we are exploring the daily realities of Malaysian healthcare professionals, specifically through the lens of psychiatrist Dr. Feng Chengkar's book, Jom Mindful Jim Now.
Yeah, and our mission today is really to discover how you, the listener, can practice brief, compassionate self-care right in the middle of a chaotic shift, without feeling guilty or adding to an already overflowing workload.
Right, because it's a lot. The book actually uses this amazing metaphor to capture the environment. It says working in healthcare is, well, it's like playing a relentless game of Pac-Man.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you are constantly running through wards, dodging alarms, dealing with demanding relatives, and, trying to outrun these emotional ghosts.
Like time pressure and just sheer exhaustion.
Exactly. And the moment you clear one challenge, the next one just starts. But it's faster and harder.
Yeah, I totally get the Pac-Man comparison, but let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Realistically, if you're a house officer or a nurse and you're just drowning in an understaffed ward, taking a time out for self-care doesn't just feel impossible. It feels deeply selfish.
Oh, for sure.
Like patients are depending on you, so focusing on yourself just seems wrong.
Yeah, and that guilt is completely universal across the medical field. But Dr. Feng actually counters that specific guilt with a core philosophy, which is self-care is we care.
Self-care is we care.
Right, because when compassion flows only outward, the heart simply runs dry, we inevitably hit burnout. You might not be able to physically cure every single patient, but to sustain your ability to care for them over a long career. Protecting your own well-being is a strict job requirement.
Okay, I get that in theory. But telling an exhausted nurse to, protect their well-being usually just triggers more guilt.
Because there isn't any time.
Exactly. There simply isn't time. How do you actually do this on a Tuesday at 3 a.m. when the alarms just will not stop?
Well, the book offers a really highly practical tool for this exact scenario. It's called Mindfulness. So that's P-A-C.
Okay, let's break that down.
So the P stands for pause. It just means stopping the physical rushing and that internal self-criticism just for a few brief seconds.
Just a few seconds. It makes me think of driving a manual car. Like you have to press the clutch before you shift gears.
Yeah.
You need that brief physical disconnect from the engine, or else the whole transmission grinds and eventually breaks.
That's a perfect analogy. Yeah, this pause is literally pressing your mental clutch. And while that mental clutch is pressed, you move to the A, which is acknowledge.
Acknowledge what exactly?
You gently check in with your mind and body, but entirely without judgment. You simply ask yourself, am I tense? Am I tired? Am I irritated?
So you're just putting a label on it. But I guess my question is, why does naming the feeling actually help? Like in the middle of a chaotic ward, does noticing you are irritated actually change anything?
It changes everything internally, actually. Because when you put a name to an emotion, you step outside of the panic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, instead of being completely consumed by the frustration of a difficult shift, you become an observer of it. It acts like a circuit breaker for your stress response, hitting the brakes on that overwhelmed feeling. It's like checking your car's temperature gauge before the engine actually overheats.
Which brings us to the C. Care. Doing one small, immediate caring action for yourself. And just to be super clear here, in a high-pressure environment, we are not talking about taking long breaks.
No, not at all. The action has to fit the environment. So care in this context could just be taking one intentionally slow breath.
Right.
It could be rolling your stiff shoulders, taking a sip of water, or even just whispering inwardly, this is really hard right now. It's this micro moment of acknowledging your own humanity when the system makes you feel like a machine.
Like putting a single drop of oil on a grinding gear.
Yeah.
It's a tiny shift, but it completely changes the climate of your mind.
Exactly. So bringing all this together, there are really three main messages to carry into your next shift. First, your healthcare environment is a relentless maze, and you absolutely need moments to recharge.
And second, remember that self-care is we care. Looking after yourself is the foundational prerequisite to looking after your patients.
Right. And third, the Kindful Pack method pause, acknowledge, care is your practical on-the-go tool for immediate relief.
Which brings us to a challenge for you, the listener. Try to practice Kindful Pack just once during your next chaotic shift. Just press that mental clutch.
Yeah, try it out. And before you head back into that Pac-Man maze, consider this. If you are so quick to offer empathy and care to every single patient who walks through the door, why do you sometimes treat yourself as the only person in the hospital who doesn't deserve it? It really makes you wonder how much of burnout is just us losing the ability to tolerate our own humanity.
Wow, yeah. Definitely something to think about the next time you hear an alarm.